Okay, fantastic. So we have a very important meeting today. The Environment Council should be discussing how we strategically think about the COP. Climate action is absolutely key, but defending the multilateralism and ensuring a good delivery from the COP could be very important. The European Union does commit, but also acts that also implement our commitments. We will be discussing with this, which is the approach, so to be sure that the update of the NDC is in its way. The national determined contribution towards the climate action in the United Nations context is very important, but also what are the main messages? What are the main messages for the COP? Understanding that we need decisions, not only political statements or sectoral declarations. The global stocktake is the very good proof that the Paris Agreement is alive and kicking, and that we need to ensure that if we are not aligned with the goal that we committed to in 2015, what are the signals, the ways to reorientate our action to ensure that 1.5 is still achievable? This is going to be the main point of discussion today, together with two additional relevant elements, which is how we ensure a pathway to decarbonize the trucks, part of the very important mobility package, decarbonizing the mobility in Europe, and how we can work in the wastewater context. Water is a very relevant piece of welfare for anyone in their households, but also in the economic sectors. So this precious good should be tackled in an updated manner. The same way we have been promoting a circular economy in many other aspects of the economics, we also need to ensure that fresh water can be used and recycled. These are the three elements that we will be discussing today, together with other references being proposed in the any other business point of the agenda, or during the lunchtime that we will have an opportunity to talk about microplastics and ocean. This could be the main pieces.
There is a debate on fossil fuels and unabated fossil fuels and subsidies. Where are we and what should we have for this COP?
I think that we all know that in order to get a fully decarbonized economy, we will need to phase out fossil fuels. But this happens step by step. So we need to think what first and how we can keep continuing the phase out of fossil fuels while ensuring that affordable and secure energy is available for all. This means that we will have some discussions on how to start and to what extent we talk about fossil fuels or the abatement of the emissions connected to fossil fuels. According to a broad understanding, we need to abate emissions from those sectors hard to abate, not for the electricity generation that can count on other technologies that do not need to go through fossil fuels and then the abatement of its emissions. So there are two different discussions at the same time. How we deal with the phase out of fossil fuels and how we should use the technologies to abate emissions, link it to some sectors before than others, first thing. Second thing, how we can ensure the implementation of the commitment to reduce and phase out the subsidies on fossil fuels. To what extent in this current situation, after the invasion of Ukraine and the late adaptation to a decarbonized full economy, so an economy that still relies on fossil fuels to a large extent, even with all the efforts and all the leadership that the European Union has been developing for the last years, how we can ensure that this does not have a social impact. So the discussion could be how we can get rid of fossil fuel subsidies in a way that in the first stages in this pathway we still take into consideration the social requests, the access to affordable prices for a while till we have all the measures in place.
There's a debate over whether the EU should put the number 57% in its position, right? What kind of signal do you think it would send to global partners if that 57% isn't in there, given that it's been touted so much over the last few months, even at Sharm el-Sheikh?
I think this is something that should not be controversial. I think that we have gone through a Fit for 55 package, which is ambitious, comprehensive, and that we are talking is factual understanding on what this could mean if we add all the elements and we sum up. If we sum up, we know that we will be probably overachieving the 55 goal, so we will be around 57, and this is an estimate. This is not something that means that we are reopening a formal goal. This is the factual conclusion and the factual outcome in case we put in place every single thing. And that's what it is reflected in the way the presidency has crafted the proposal, the proposed test to all the colleagues. So if anyone has something to say, if anyone thinks that this factual confirmation does not apply, we could be expecting for his or her explanations to understand why they do not sum up 57. That's the way we will try to handle this issue. Okay?
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.